Hi guys, this is Pradeep. So today I will take one important interview question, that is document splitting. Although this is already there in my channel, but recently I got some inquiry on this. That's why I thought like I will add some more scenarios on this. So let's first understand what is document splitting. So document splitting is very small tool which is there under your GL functionalities. When companies they want advanced reporting, they want to split any document, and in this document any type of business transaction will come. It may be related to customer invoice, vendor invoice, or any expense entry, but we want to split as per our requirement. Okay, so that can be any characteristics. You want to split on the basis of your profit center, you want to split on the basis of business area, segment, any way you want to, if you want to split. First, we have to understand why the splitting is required. Whenever you will go for some advanced reporting, user is not going to enter at the time of posting the transaction, user is not going to enter everything. Okay, so here I'm going to show you a couple of real business transactions so that you will get more clarity on that. Being user, I'm going to enter few things. For example, let's say I'm posting a customer invoice. So in customer invoice, I'm going to enter only one customer. And let's say we have multiple revenue entries. So when I'm going to post any revenue entry, so that time, because of my configuration or because of our any data entry, system is going to capture some profit centers. So that means in our invoice line, you will find when you will take the P&L entry, their profit center will be there, segment will be there. Whereas your balance sheet items like your receivable, customer, there you will not get any information about your, suppose let's say you want to do the segment reporting in that particular invoice, you won't get anything here. Okay, for example, there is tax item is there, and in tax line items you will not find the segment information or profit center information, right? So for example, let's say it's same on payable also, same on expenditure posting also. So that means in one side you will find that profit centers are properly recorded, in other side you will find that profit center is not captured or profit center is not there. As a result, when we will prepare the financial statements or we will prepare our balance sheet or P&L, that time incomplete information will be there. So somewhere you will find profit center is there, somewhere it is not there, somewhere segment is there. So that is why for like you can say a balance reporting point of view, we can use document splitting. So that's why I'm saying that, or SAP, they have given this particular functionalities. Not only in S4, it was there also in ECC, particularly when companies going for new GL or they are going to adopt new GL. That time also document splitting was there, and of course it is there in S4 also. So we want to split the line items, and any dimension we can take. So we can take, as I said, payables, your bank entries, profit center. Okay, so these are the different requirement what I have given for the document splitting point of view. So any business transactions we can include in this category for the splitting of the document. Okay, so there are three type of document splittings are available. One is your active splitting. I will give you different examples from different criteria. From different categories. So one is your active splitting, one is your passive splitting, and another one is your zero balance splitting. When you will expect these questions in your interview? For example, let's say there is a requirement that new GL functionalities, candidate must be well versed on the new GL functionalities. So definitely one of the question will be there related to document splitting. So are the companies are going to additionally they are going to adopt this particular or not? No, when the companies are going under S4, when they are going to activate their company code, so by default document splitting will be activated. If they want, they can deactivate, but why they will deactivate? So it is additional features. So in ECC it was optional, was there, but now in S4 as we are working on the ledger approach, so that is why document splitting very often you will find it is a good like common interview questions you will find related to the document splitting. And which one is important? Active, passive, or zero balancing? All are. And which one companies are going to adopt? Everything, right? So what is active splitting or what is active document splitting? So the active document splitting, which is like SAP is going to split the items on the basis of the predefined load. For example, let's say I'm going to post the customer invoice. If I am the end user, I'm going to feed certain data. And here I'm not going to enter everything because I don't know how the management want the splitting of the document. So for example, I entered revenues or I entered expenditures. I'm going to add couple of informations. So those information will be there in your entry view. In entry view, you will not get any splitting and all. when we will go to the GL view, so their system is going to split the line items. For example, I want to split the customer items on the basis of the revenue entry, how it was entered by the user, or we want to split the invoices on the basis of expenditures. So from every category, I'm going to show you the examples. So that is your active splitting. That means being user, I entered the informations manually. So I entered revenue information, I entered here any expenditures, then system is going to split one maybe your vendor invoice, or system is going to split maybe your customer invoice or tax items on the basis of my predefined rule. Predefined means we want to split all the line items, whatever it is there in that particular transaction, on the basis predefined. So predefined rule, for example, let's say we want to split on the basis of expenditure, on the basis of your revenues. So tax we want to split. So this is how it is known as your active splitting. So I'm going to show you this one in the system, and so that you will get more idea. So right now I'm in FBL 1N, this is my vendor line items, and randomly I'm going to pick one item, that is, let's take this 19003. This one already paid, so that is why one paid entry you can see. That also we will see under our passive splitting, but right now our current example is on active splitting. And if I will take this example, and if I will go to the line items, so if you'll check this line item, you will find this particular document. Right now I'm in entry view. So if you will check my entry view document, you will find the document may be accounting point of view perfectly it is posted. Means you will find that debit and credits are balanced. So here I have two cost line items, which is my salary as well as I can see electricity. These are two my costs. And here I have taken two profit center for your reference. So one is F100 and another one is F200, and two segments I have included, segment underscore A and B. Okay, and accordingly cost center. Now, being user, I have not entered everything. So as per our configuration, the backend configuration, automatically system captured here the required cost center, the profit center, the segment, right? So those things automatically system captured. Now, if you'll see this particular line item, this supplier line items, this one is not correctly there. Now, 9,000 is not a proper profit center. 9,000 here is dummy profit center. Again, that is another concept. So if you're familiar, if you're not familiar, you just ignore this one. You can say that this line items profit center is not there. So 9,000 is not our actual profit center from the business point of view. And you can see segment is also blank. Now, if we will take this data for our reporting point of view, you will find that this item number 2, its expenditure, properly profit center is there, segment is there. Item number 3, that is also expenditure, properly all informations are there. But line item 1 is blank, it's no information. So now if we will take this data for the reporting point of view, that means this document is not going to balanced. So that is why document splitting will come into the picture. And if you have configured the document splitting, and let's say document splitting we have adapted here and properly it is configured. Now simply if I will go to general ledger view, and from where we are going to get the data? AC docket table, right? So if we will go to the general ledger view, now you can see all the line items properly there. Once again, check the entry view. So in entry view, how many line items? 3 line items. And this particular supplier without profit center. If I will go to general ledger view, now you can see I got here one more line items, particularly accounts payable 2 line items are there, right? So here, what is my accounts payable? Vendor 15,000. I'm in entry view, so that is vendor. If I will go to general ledger view, now you can see these 2 line items are there, accounts payable. Okay, so how I have entered my expenditure here by user in entry view, accordingly system split these 2 line entry, particularly your accounts payable, vendor, whatever you can say. It's GL view, so that's a vendor. If you want to sort the data, that you will get more clarity on this, just sort by profit center, sort by segment, how you want to sort. Now you can see it is perfectly balanced document. Okay, so my debit, credit, debit, credit as per both the profit center. So this is example of your active splitting. This is one expense entry. So like this, let's take some more entries. Again, this also will come under the same categories, that is related to customer invoice. So let me give you the business example. Let's say we have 2 entries are here, 2 customer invoice are there. We have 2 open items are there, 600 and 400. Now, when we have 2 open items are there. So let me go to customer invoice here. That is FBL 5N here. Multiple line entries are there. Let me show you here assume that we have to, it's already cleared. For example, let's say these 2 open items are there, 600 and 400. Okay, so two open invoices are there. Now, if you want to see this invoice here also, because of document splitting, we have some more better informations are there. You can see the customer line items. Again, profit center is not there. If I will go to the general ledger view, I can get there. But this is not the splitting. This is like initially in entry view, it was not there because of my derivation rule. System automatically picked the profit center. User has not entered anything. So that is why the default profit center initially it was there as 900 in my entry view. And here two concepts are there. One is splitting I am explaining right now, and derivative rule also there. But let's not get confused with this derivative rule, that we will see separately. Okay, so this is one item where if I will go to general ledger view, I can see the profit centers in all line items. Similarly, I have one more line items are there, 600. That is also exactly similar document like we have 18004. Now, both these items are cleared with one clearing document. Okay, but in this clearing document, we have only received, let's say 900. Instead of 1000, here we have received only 900, and we want that 100 rupees, there should be a residual item should be there. So if you go to this entry, here you will find the splitting rule will be applicable. Check this one. So this is my entry. So what I did here, so there is a collection entry 900, and what is the profit center? Blank, because profit center is missing in this particular document. So this one is customer entry, collection entry. This one is customer entry. Initially 1000 was open item, 400 plus 600. So that is why that got cleared because of this collection. And system also generated one more document here, that is your residual item. That means, I hope you know the concept of partial and residual. I'm talking here the residual. So this residual item generated because it is partially collected. Now in this particular document, if you'll see, accounting point of view, again, it is perfectly fine. But problem here is profit centers are missing. All these are your blank. It's default profit center. You can see segment is also missing. Now, if you have configured the document splitting, if we will go to the general ledger view, now you can see all line up. So how many line items here? 3. If I will go to general ledger view, now we have 6 line items are there. That means system added some more line items here. Again, I can sort my data. So this is just like your one of your advanced reporting functionalities. Now you can see profit center F100 wise or segment wise informations are there. So 400 properly collected, done. Then here out of that 600, 500 collected. So bank entry, accounts receivable, that is our clearing entry, and 100 we have a open item is there. So what is 06? Posting case payment difference. So that is why we have one open item is there, that is for 100. This is also same document which we have seen there. So this is our residual item. So this is another example where you will find the document splitting also applicable. So this is my first category of document splitting, which is your active splitting. So here user is going to enter some data. On that basis, system is going to clear the other line items. Now, what is passive line document splitting? Passive document splitting, it is applicable on the clearing document. So clearing document means if you are going to collect it, if you are going to make the payment. So we want some line items should be cleared as per my previous example, as per my previous entry, like how we have entered our sales entry. On that way collection entry will be posted or it will be cleared. So let's take that example of the payment entry. So this one, that time we have seen the vendor invoice where we have seen the active splitting. Now if you go to this document, here you will find the passive splitting. Now let me give you the background here. So what we did here, it's a vendor payment and vendor payment with discount. So that means discount earned, collection early payment, because of that there is a discount entry there. So right now I'm in entry view. Being user, I entered here F-53 or maybe Fury application, whatever. So I entered this payment, and here my supplier get debited because it's payment. So 15,000 debited. Then here bank is going to credit. So after discount 14,250 is credited here. It's a vendor payment, and we got two line items, discount receive and discount receive, because in our last document 2 line items was there. In this document we have 2 expenditure entries are there. You can see here salary is one expenditure, electricity is one expenditure. So because of that, when we made the payment, so we got the 2 entries here. Now this document, accounting point of view it is correct, but splitting point of view it is not correct, or reporting point of view you don't have all the information. You can see in all line items, particularly the balance sheet line items, here document is incomplete for your profit center or segment point of view. Just don't count this 9,000, it's a dummy profit center. Now here we want splitting. User will not do anything. The moment we will go to general ledger view, if your configuration is correct, now you can see all line items having the actual profit centers are there. Now you want to sort the data. So how system splitted this line entry? So this system splitted this line entry on the basis of our previous entry. So that is your another example of, this is one example of your passive splitting. Passive splitting is always applicable on your customer entry, payment and customer collection entry, or vendor payment entry. Same way, if I will show you some more examples related to active and passive. So let's take one more item here. Now this is another example of your active splitting. So here it's last time I have shown you on vendor invoice, now it is on customer invoice. So being user, I entered here two revenue entries. Again, here also derivative rule is there. So here I have entered profit center 1 and profit center 2 accordingly segment account. This is user entry, right? So how we are going to enter, like profit center manually we are going to enter, or on the basis of some derivation rules system is going to do that. That is a separate configuration. But in this document, if you'll see, the document is not properly balanced. Again, your customer line item having incomplete information and your tax item is also having incomplete information. So as a result, if we will take this data and we will prepare our income statement. So income statement in P&L items, you can see the profit center is there, whereas for balance sheet line items, profit centers are incomplete. If I will go to general ledger view, now you can see the documents are properly there. So everywhere you will find the splitting rule is applicable. Now this is your active splitting. So if we will sort the data on the basis of, let's this time sort with segment, suppose. So once your data is generated, then you can play with your data how you want to prepare your reporting. So now you can see account receivable debited, revenue credited, this one earlier entered by the user, and this one is splitting line. This is splitting line, this is splitting line, this is splitting line, this is splitting line. This is again another example of active splitting. So here on the basis of this active splitting rule, I'm going to show you one more document which is collection line, where you will find the passive splitting is going to work. That means on the basis of your revenue entry. Let's take that document. Right. So last time we have seen the vendor payment. This time it is customer collection. Again, here you can see it's a collection entry. Profit center is missing. For customer, profit center is missing. If we will go to general ledger view, then you can see profit centers are there. So you can play with different business scenarios for during your practice related to document splitting. So till now I have explained what is active splitting, what is passive splitting. Another one is there, that is zero balance clearing, or zero balance splitting. So what is zero balance splitting? When the document is not going to balanced, so let's say we have only some information is there, partial informations are there within the document. It's not, maybe you will find the debit information is there, credit information is missing, credit is there, debit is missing. The document is not balanced in this case. In that case, system is going to add some more line items to make the document balanced. So to understand this one, let's take one example. For example, let's say we are doing adjustment entry, that is cost center to cost center adjustment, and here we have only expense lines are there. Basically our purpose is we will transfer the cost, so it's a wrong recording maybe, so we want to adjust the cost from one cost center to another cost center. Let me show you the original document. So this is the original document, right? It's an adjustment entry, it's not any payment and all. So here you will find that the GL account is same 4015. So 4015 initially, maybe it is recorded with a wrong cost center, and that is why it is adjusted here. So initially the cost center which was recorded here with 1002, now it is correctly, or we did the correction. So instead of 1002, you will find that cost center is 1000 cost center is recorded. Now in this case, you will find that same GL account, somewhere it is debited, somewhere it is credited. Adjustment point of it is fine, but what about the reporting part, right? So here, where is the profit center F100 credit entry? Where is the profit center F200 debit entry? Initially, when you have recorded the transaction was recorded originally. So somewhere here you will find that for one profit center or for one segment, debit is there, for one other profit center, credit is missing, or somewhere credit is there, debit is missing. If this type of business transactions will be there, then in this case active is not applicable. It's not an invoice or initial expenditure entry or any customer invoice. It's not passive is also there, so there is no payment or collection is there. So in this case zero balance will be applicable. So if I will go to now the zero balance clearing account, if I will go to the GL view, there you will find two more line entries will be there. So here two, let's go to general ledger view. Now you can see two more entries are there. So system here added two more entries, this line item, these two entries. So these two entries just for your correction point of view, like every equal profit center we have debit and credit. You can see if I will sort my data now, so profit center is balanced. So this is one example where the zero balance entries will be there. So this line, because initial line credit was not there, profit center F100, so it is that I sorted the data, and for this line item debit was not there, so that is why it is there. So in this way you just need to practice with different examples of your profit center. Whenever you have activated profit center, any business transaction you will take, document splitting or like segments, everything will be applicable. So don't deactivate. And if you are going to show in your resume that I have a good knowledge on the GL side, right, and you have configured the new GL particularly, then definitely you will expect one question on the document splitting. And it's only like when you will practice with different scenarios, you will successfully, you can answer this one. I hope it is clear now. Someone requested me to create a scenario for that, so I created a couple of scenarios. Still, if any confusion, please add in the comments. Thank you. See you soon in another video.